How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. So today we have something a little bit special. It's some bonus content for the week. It's a huge compilation of some super scary video clips that are freaking the internet out. So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more creepy content just like this. YouTube channel Paranormies is quickly becoming one of the best paranormal investigation channels on the site. They often travel to abandoned properties and other allegedly haunted locations looking for evidence of the paranormal. And more often than not, they catch things on camera that aren't easily explained. In this episode, they travel to a remote cabin deep in the Canadian wilderness. The Paranormies team were tipped off about the property when an eerie trail cam photo was posted to Instagram. Take a look.
We first became aware of Thomas and his cabin after he posted an eerie trail cam image on Instagram. The post has since been deleted, but a screenshot shows what appears to be a ghostly little girl in the middle of the woods near the cabin.
Lead investigator Jordan recounts some eerie incidents that have happened to guests while staying at the cabin.
An ex-girlfriend of his who he brought to the cabin had to leave in the middle of the night after having the worst night terror of her life and didn't feel safe in the cabin. During a hunting trip with his hunting buddies, after retiring to their rooms for the night, one friend was woken by a loud noise in the upstairs bedroom where he was sleeping. After sitting up in bed, he saw an apparition standing at the edge of his bed, which quickly dissipated into nothingness.
The team investigated the history of the cabin, which has been owned by the one family for decades. They discovered that the current owner's great aunt used to practice witchcraft inside the cabin. Knowing the eerie history and having heard the first-hand accounts of alleged hauntings in the cabin, the Paranormies team decide to stay the night and investigate the property for themselves. They set up cameras and special equipment around the cabin in the hopes of capturing evidence of the strange goings-on.
Maybe some of you are still attached to this building. That's what we've heard.
Things begin to get weird when the team hears a knock at the front door.
Whoa.
This door or that door?
It's this back door, yeah, with this door. Hello? Radio.
A short while later, the activity seems to increase.
Soul. Reply again.
Oh, you f***ing heard that.
What the f*** is going on, dude? Violence!
Violence?
Oh.
Then one of their REM pods goes off as one of the team members begins to feel unwell.
I got a bad feeling in here, dude. There it goes. Just as I said that. Right there.
Yeah, okay.
I gotta get out of here, man.
While investigating upstairs of the cabin, more strange movement is caught on camera.
I probably shouldn't have came here in the first place, right?
Oh my god. Okay.
Holy
Oh my god, I'm having a panic attack here.
As you can see, the rocking chair begins to move, seemingly all on its own.
Oh my god. Okay.
Holy
There's another eerie detail about this chair. Earlier in the episode, at around the 8:14 mark, you can actually see that this rocking chair is on the other side of the room. The team didn't touch it at all, yet somehow it's now on the opposite side of the room later in the night.
I probably shouldn't have came here in the first place, right?
Oh my god. Okay.
Holy
As the evening progresses, the team decides to use a Ouija board to try and make contact with whatever's residing inside the cabin. Watch what happens.
Are you good or are you bad?
Oh!
God! Holy shit. Okay. Oh. I don't even know. Who is that?
As the investigation comes to a close, there's one final unsettling event. Watch.
Hi. Okay. I was a knock at the door.
We gotta check that. Okay, Mary, can you say goodbye?
Again. Okay, goodbye. Oh, no.
Mary, we have to say goodbye now, okay?
I'll just put it to goodbye. Just
Okay.
put it there.
Okay. Oh.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
So what's going on in this cabin, and just who is the mysterious child captured on the trail cam on a cold winter's night? Given the history of the property, the fact that the owner's great aunt used to practice witchcraft in the cabin, it would seem it conjured some kind of inexplicable force that may be still lingering even today. The Paranormies have a part 2 to this investigation up on their channel now. I highly recommend you check it out, support their content, give them a thumbs up and subscribe, it's well worth a look. There's a link to their channel in the description box below.
Oh my God!
What do you see?
Holy f***, I thought I saw a shadow. This. Holy f***, I thought I saw a shadow.
TikToker Dino Nuggets 741 has shared a series of videos that seems to show an eerie haunting taking place in their basement. After hearing noises and footsteps throughout their house, this homeowner began documenting the strange occurrences. At times, they swear they could see an eerie shadow figure out the corner of their eyes. In the first clip, we can see the door to the TikToker's basement. He calls out hello to no response.
Hello? Hello?
He mentions he keeps hearing strange sounds coming from the basement.
Keep hearing weird noises in the basement, Steve, so I just want to...
Suddenly, the door slowly opens by itself.
No way, no way, oh my God, oh my God!
He goes to inspect the door, showing us that there's clearly nothing there that could have made the door accidentally open. He then shows us the stairway leading down to the basement, calling out once more to silence.
Hello? Yep, that, I'm not going down.
The second clip shows us the TikToker's living room. In the distance, we can see an opening to another room. A few seconds later, we can see something eerie. Watch.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
What looks to be a shadowy figure appears to the left of the opening. The TikToker exclaims in surprise before quickly going towards the other room. He shows us his bedroom, which looks to be empty. He explores his closet space and bathroom, but nothing or nobody shows up. In the spine-tingling third clip, the TikToker asks his dog what's wrong.
What's the matter, buddy?
We can see his dog standing in front of the basement door looking concerned. The pup backs off as the TikToker opens the door. Immediately as he does so, we can see something to the left of frame run down the stairs, though it's hard to make out what it is.
Oh. What'd you hear, buddy?
Here it is again in slow motion. The man then walks downstairs but stops halfway when he hears what sounds like a child's laughter in the background. He then continues walking down, entering the basement and panning the camera around. That's when he spots something truly creepy. Watching again, there appears to be a shadowy person standing in the middle of the room. That's when the clip abruptly ends. The man has left his house in the fourth video. but left a stationary camera behind in case any paranormal activity occurs. A few moments after the clip starts, the lights in the home's entrance hallway begin to flicker on and off. We then can hear what sounds like a thumping noise and the basement door swings open. A moment later, a strange black mass, perhaps a shadow, seems to move through the hallway. Crying noises can be heard also. The door then slams shut and the lights flicker once again. In the final video, the TikToker is burning sage in hopes of warding off any evil spirits. He walks towards the basement door where we can hear more loud thumping noises.
I know, bud.
Right as he opens the door, he tells the spirit that he's not afraid.
I'm not afraid, man.
He then swings the door open and we can see the stairway leading down to the basement. As he begins to make his way down, we can see what looks to be some type of ghostly figure with a pale face wearing dark clothing, standing at the bottom of the stairs. The figure is quite hard to make out, so the TikToker has provided a screenshot of it to take a look at. The TikToker then walks all the way down to the basement, the figure completely disappearing, and we can hear more crying or perhaps even laughter. He then makes his way back to the stairs where the door slams shut in front of him. This set of TikTok clips has set off quite the debate on the social media platform. Some viewers are positive that something terrifying has claimed the TikTok user's basement, and the only solutions are to either have someone bless the house or for him to move out. Others swear that these videos consist of well-orchestrated pranks. For instance, in the video with the stationary camera, some other users swear they can see a hand opening the basement door, as well as another hand switching the lights on and off. They also question why the TikTok user didn't turn on all of the lights when exploring parts of his basement. Whether these videos are fake or not is up for debate, but the TikTok user has certainly succeeded in making many viewers' hairs stand on edge. It's sometimes thought that animals possess the ability to see the supernatural. Here, TikTok user Dom the Ghost may have captured one of those instances in this eerie video. The footage begins by showing a cat and dog asleep in the lounge room. A few seconds in, another cat comes out from behind the sofa and walks slowly towards the center of the room. It cautiously looks around as if surveying the area for something specific. Suddenly, something terrifying happens. Take a look. As you can see, it appears as though the cat's been thrown into the air by some invisible force. The sleeping animals are awoken by the commotion as the frightened feline begins to hiss and back away from the area. Soon, a third cat appears on camera and all four animals head into the back room. Sounds of a terrible commotion can be heard, with little visible except the glowing eyes of the startled pets. Moments later, a woman's voice can be heard, then the footage abruptly ends. Since the clip first appeared online, viewers have been quick to offer their opinions on what they think it shows. Some note that the cat appears to have been attacked by a ghost. Others believe that the commotion may have been caused by something far less sinister, like an insect which may have flown into the cat's face, causing it to panic and leap into the air. What do you think was responsible for the cat's bizarre movements? Could it really have just been a bug, or is it more likely that something supernatural was at play? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below.
So I couldn't sleep.
In October 2021, TikToker Robert Mayfield 60 said he was struggling to sleep one night. He felt like someone was watching him, so he took out his phone to document what was happening.
You ever felt like that? I'm all alone. I come out here to play my guitar, because I can't sleep.
It seems his suspicions were right, as suddenly this happens.
It's this thing. Because I feel like it's frickin' watching me. And I could have swore I seen it move. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking. That's that right there.
Watching that again, the stuffed toy's head tilts to the side.
And I could have swore I seen it move. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking. That's that right there.
There appears to be nothing else around that could have moved it.
And I could have swore I seen it move. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking.
The TikToker jumps from his seat and hurries away. He tells his followers that he's gonna dump the toy in the trash.
Oh, hell no. I'm done with it. That thing's going in the dump right now. No, I got something for that. Yeah, I got something for that right now. Hell.
So what do you think about this strange situation? What made the toy move? Could this man's house really be haunted? Drop your opinions in the comment section down below.
And I could have swore I seen it move. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking. That's that right there.
Shy Unique Legacy was live streaming on Facebook from their home in Fort Pierce, Florida, when they captured something truly bizarre on camera. When Shy Unique thought they saw something odd moving around the trees near their home, they decided to open the door and begin filming. The video was taken just after dusk, and the only real light comes from the far side of the yard. At first, nothing seems amiss. The uploader zooms in more closely to the area where they thought they saw the strange movements. Moments later, their patience is rewarded when a large white entity darts across the tree line.
This is the exact spot that I just...
The camera holder quickly yelps in fear and runs back inside, closing the door tightly behind them. The genuine panic has left little doubt that whatever they saw was the real deal.
Oh God. Yeah, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death?
We only see the entity briefly, but it's clearly a translucent white color and massive in size, at least half as tall as the light pole that it passes.
That spot that I just...
Its form almost appears skeletal, as if the gigantic bones of an unknown cryptid were somehow reanimated. The creature seems to be reminiscent of the Gasha de Kuro, a cryptid from Japanese folklore made of large bones that hunts humans at night and bites their heads off. Some viewers have even dubbed the creature a dogman. Although it's unclear what creature or entity was captured in this video, the uploader might be wise to heed the advice of their viewers and keep the door tightly closed after dark.
What in the going on around this shit right here?
TikToker Noah.vq captured this eerie video. As a security guard on an empty floor of a hospital, he wasn't expecting to see anything weird while on the job late at night. However, this eerie piece of footage seems to show a creepy shadow figure hanging out in one of the empty rooms. This security guard was working the night shift when he thought he heard some strange noises. The hospital where he works is fairly empty, and the floor that he was assigned to was totally deserted. If he was completely alone on the floor, it makes sense that he'd be a little uneasy, hearing unexplained sounds. He quickly takes out his camera to hopefully capture evidence of his mysterious visitor.
Some noise coming up right now. It's kind of freaking me out. So
He walks down the hallway, slowly peering into each room that he passes. Unfortunately, one of the rooms doesn't look as empty as the others. As he passes the room in question, the camera captures a shadow that appears to be looking out a window. At first, the security guard continues down the hall. When his brain has had time to process what he saw, he slowly returns to the room for another peek. By the time he returns, the shadow is gone. Some people who have seen the video believe it was most likely a hoax with an all-too-human accomplice. However, several security guards have spoken up, insisting that guards rarely get company on their shifts. Others are certain that the footage captured a real shadow creature, a specific type of spirit that lurks in the shadows, tricking witnesses into questioning their own perceptions of reality. Some hypothesize that this is the spirit of someone who died in this very room. Regardless of who the spirit is, its appearance in the video is downright terrifying. The Ouija board, a harmless toy or a portal to the spirit world? You may want to watch this series of TikToks from Chronicus Duan Piba 7 before you decide to have an innocent bit of fun with a Ouija board at your next sleepover. According to the TikToker, strange things began to happen in his apartment when he decided to use a Ouija board. He claims he got in contact with the spirit of a girl named Lucia, who allegedly died in this very apartment years prior. After the event, things got so strange that the OP started documenting the events with his camera. Here we can see some things moving inside the apartment.
Yo no sé qué ¿entendés? ¿En qué pasa con...? Mirá, 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 ¿ves? 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 ¿Ven lo que digo? ¿Ven lo que digo?
And again in this clip as well. The haunting is clearly taking its toll as the OP frantically searches the house, when suddenly this happens. In this next clip, the TikToker is pushed to tears.
Tener que subir estas cosas, pero es el único momento. Concha de tu madre, ¿ves? Es el... Yo me trato. ¿Ves, boludo? El agua en el coso, chabón.
And suddenly, we get a glimpse of the Ouija board that allegedly started it all.
La voy a agarrar, no sé, amigo. No sé qué mierda sea. La puta madre, che!
Watching that again, we can see the Ouija board slide across the desk.
La voy a agarrar, no sé, amigo. No sé qué mierda sea. La puta madre, che!
In another clip, yet more activity is captured. Watch.
No hay nadie. Mira, ¿ves eso? Mira, se está moviendo, amigo, se está moviendo solo, guacho. Estoy solo, boludo, la puta madre, no sé qué mierda. What the f***, no! ¡Ay!
In this final video, we can see the TikToker chatting to his friends on Discord, when suddenly something chilling happens in the background. Take a look.
Ya, boludo, se me fue la guacha. Amigo, mirá lo que haces. Boludo. Sí, muy temprano.
En un momento...
Slowing that down, as the lights flicker, we can see a dark shadow appear just behind the OP's left shoulder. Could this be a glimpse at the spirit of the girl who allegedly died in the apartment?
Se me fue la guacha. Amigo, mirá lo que haces. Boludo. Sí, muy temprano.
En un momento...
This is an ongoing saga as there are dozens of other clips showing more eerie activity over on their TikTok. They post regularly with updates, so it's well worth a look. As always, there's links in the description box down below.
Mira.
Slapcam viewer Steve OC sent us this eerie piece of home security footage. Over the course of several months in 2018, this viewer had been experiencing some strange activity in their home, and they seem to have the evidence to prove it. Take a look at what their home security cameras captured. As you can see, all kinds of bizarre movement has been recorded. Pantry doors and drawers appear to move all on their own. Just when you think it's weird enough, keep an eye on the window on the left-hand side. Sadly, the clip ends right as the figure appears, but if we slow it down and brighten the image, something seems to peer in through the window. It would seem this footage backs up our viewers' claims that they believe their home is haunted. But what do you think? Would love to hear your take on this strange piece of home security footage in the comments section down below. It's believed by many that the US military and Navy see things that it keeps secret, such as UFO sightings. While secrecy is to be expected by the government, occasionally US officials will let citizens in on certain events and situations. That was the case when the Pentagon confirmed that a video of a suspected UFO taken by the US Navy was indeed real. YouTuber Jeremy Corbell shared the video for all to witness for themselves. Viewers can see footage of the San Diego sky, as shot in 2019. In the middle of the sky is what looks to be a kind of pyramid-shaped aircraft hovering in the air. The aircraft seems to blink its lights on and off as it floats around the sky before coming to a stop. Just like with nearly all other UFO videos on the internet, the clip has caused quite the debate among viewers. Some were sure that UFOs had finally arrived on Earth and humans' doom was impending. Others believe the Pentagon is simply lying and maybe pushing this video to distract from other, more pressing matters. For instance, there could be an even greater threat on the horizon that we can't even imagine. Perhaps only time will tell what's happening here and what its consequences will be. In another video uploaded to TikTok by Dom the Ghost, we see a bizarre example of the unexplainable caught on tape. While the exact location of where this footage was captured is unknown, it appears to have been taken from a security camera that overlooks a gated entrance. In the background, you can hear people discussing the footage as they watch it. Suddenly, a mysterious figure appears on the opposite side of the gate. Watch what happens next. Those viewing the clip exclaim in surprise as the figure seemingly walks right through the gate. One voice suggests that the figure looks dead already. Another notes the figure's unusual walking style, stating that it's a ghost for sure. Sometimes camera glitches can explain bizarre occurrences that are caught on film. However, in this case, there doesn't appear to be anything wrong with the footage. There are no sudden cuts or blurry moments. It really looks as though the man walks straight through the closed gate. Does this video really prove the existence of ghosts? Unfortunately, until more information comes to hand, we can do little more than speculate. According to many, Belgrave Hall is certainly the most haunted location in Leicester, England. A video shared by BBC seems to confirm that there's something frightening happening at this infamous location. The video was recorded in 1998, long before CCTV cameras were common in everyday homes. In this blurry footage, we see the dark outside of Belgrave Hall in the wee hours of the morning. Near the corner of the house, two mysterious figures in white suddenly appear. The figures are opaque and clearly the size of a person. They only stick around for a few seconds before vanishing into the night air, leaving behind only a swirling white mist atop the nearby wall. Many who have seen the video believe the figures look like women in white Victorian-style dresses. Similar apparitions have been seen by staff of Belgrave Hall over the years. A previous owner of the property, John Willis, had 7 daughters in residence with him. Many believe that the apparition is the spirit of one of these daughters named Charlotte. However, most just call her the Lady in White. Paranormal investigators believe that the large amounts of quartz in the building allows paranormal energy to be trapped and released for long periods. To this day, staff and guests report spotting apparitions, smelling mysterious cooking odours, and hearing strange footsteps. Whether it's Charlotte Willis or not, there's certainly something eerie happening at Belgrave Hall. YouTuber Aloha Treasures wasn't expecting to capture any ghost videos when she set up security cameras around her home. Unfortunately, a bizarre shadow has her questioning how safe her home really is, sending her to the internet for answers. The YouTuber has multiple CCTV cameras set up inside and outside her home. When watching the footage of her living room one day, she noticed something odd, a human-shaped shadow peeking in through the doorway. The shadow pops in a few times, standing out in stark contrast to the white door, before fading away. No trace of a person casting the shadow ever appears. On the first 2 appearances, the shadow is indistinct. It appears to be human in shape, but it's hard to make out a defined silhouette. On its final appearance, the shadow becomes more defined and seems to raise its arm to point at something toward the ceiling. After that, it fades away for good.
Better go. Don't you ever come back?
In the video, the homeowner doesn't seem sure whether she's looking at a ghost or the shadow of a real person. However, none of the other cameras provide any evidence of an intruder entering or exiting the home. If a person had broken into the house, it would have been difficult to evade all of the camera feeds. This has led the homeowner to believe that she is in fact dealing with a spiritual entity.
You better go. Don't you ever come back?
We recently ran several segments covering some strange sightings on 2 separate volcanoes in Mexico, Colima and Popocatépetl. Mysterious UFOs have been spotted flying around the volcanoes, particularly after eruption events. The sightings were captured by a national service called Webcams de Mexico, where cameras live stream around the clock to document the volcanic activity. As we previously reported, a mysterious orange light was seen flying near one of the mountains. There's also been sightings of a strange hovering object that resembles a horse. Even a series of bizarre lights were spotted hovering near the peak of one of the volcanoes. Well, now, even more strange activity has been caught on camera. As viewers tuned in to watch the volcano erupt, they noticed something strange flying through the sky. Take a look. As you can see, an orb of light flies from right to left. What could this strange sight be? An errant spark from the volcano? It seems to move in far too straight a line for an erupting bit of lava. Could it then be a plane, drone, or some kind of weather apparatus? So far, no one's come forward to claim that they were in the airspace at the time of the eruption. Given that this is yet another sighting in a long line of strange activity, many viewers are convinced that aliens are using our volcanoes to collect data on Earth's history. So where do you sit on this theory? Would love to hear your thoughts in the comments section down below. This next snippet of footage was uploaded to Reddit by user StayRB89. The Redditor claims that when they were young, they used to be followed around by a ghostly older man that only they could see. This clip was captured in the early 90s. The uploader's grandparents owned a pub. It was early morning, around 7:30 AM, while the pub was being cleaned for the upcoming day's service. The OP's mum was filming on a new camcorder the family had just purchased. Take a look at what was captured. The clip is short and the quality's poor, but if you slow it down, there is something chilling hiding in the footage. On the left-hand side is the uploader when they were young, crawling on the floor. You can just see their head come into frame. Now, on the right-hand side of the shot is something a little more unsettling. Just behind one of the columns is the face of an older man. It looks like he's hiding. Now remember, it's 7:30 in the morning and there was no one else in the building at the time the video was captured. The OP's nan has always thought the old pub was haunted, and this eerie piece of footage certainly seems to corroborate her claims. Given that the uploader has always thought an older man was following him when he was growing up, this sighting is certainly chilling. I'd love to hear your take on this strange piece of footage in the comments section down below. The last of these freaky clips, posted to Facebook by user Kayleen Bowman, is just as inexplicable as some of the others. What's been dubbed a glitch in the simulation, viewers are left to come to their own conclusion. Seen floating in mid-air appears to be a dark object. The object seems to be suspended from nowhere with no wires or structures nearby. On closer inspection, it appears to be a bird frozen in place mid-air. A still photo was also taken so we can get a better, more focused look. Floating in the air and completely still, the object almost seems to be levitating as if by magic. Either it's something supernatural and mysterious, or the aforementioned glitch in the Matrix. The clip is nevertheless enough to shake even the most die-hard skeptics. So what do you think's going on in this clip? Is it just a bird suspended on some thin, unseen wire, or is it truly a glitch in the Matrix? Love to hear your opinions on this one in the comments section below. According to Redditor Best of Us, the bar where they work is almost certainly haunted. Staff regularly experience strange things like items being knocked off the wall, or mysterious voices and bangs that don't seem to have a cause. However, this is the first time they've captured any actual ghostly activity on camera. According to the Redditor, they weren't able to finish all of the cleaning when they closed up Saturday night. The place was closed all day Sunday and Monday, so they came in on Monday evening to do the chores. When they headed behind the bar, they were surprised to see 2 tequila bottles on the ground. The bottles definitely weren't there when they left Saturday night, and no one had been in the bar since then. They decided to check out the CCTV footage to search for an explanation. The video shows the back of the bar dimly lit with the night vision camera. At first, everything is as still as you would expect. However, if you closely watch the bottles on the left side of the screen, you'll notice that one of them starts to slowly edge forward. It eventually tips over the edge of the shelf and crashes into another bottle, sending both clattering to the floor.
See that?
If you slow the footage down, there doesn't appear to be any string or anything else attached that could cause the bottles to move. Although many staff members have had strange experiences at the bar, no one is sure what could be causing them. For now, this ghostly activity remains a mystery.
See that?
A convenience store in Tlaquepaque, Jalisco, Mexico, has become internet famous for startling ghost videos. A place to buy snacks and drinks during the day, this store seems to be a haven for ghostly entities after dark. In one clip uploaded to YouTube by Videos Famosos del Facebook, we see a number of strange movements caught on an employee's cell phone camera. As the camera pans across the store, the employee is startled when the door to one of the drink coolers suddenly opens on its own. The employee steps outside for a quick break but continues recording through the door. A few seconds later, the cooler door opens and closes again. The store is completely empty, so there's no doubt that the door is moving on its own. As the employees discuss the strange event, they notice that the lights in the store begin flickering off and on in an almost rhythmic pattern.
Mira, güey, las luces. Pásame el video para que me crezca, cabrón. Simón, ahorita te lo envío, güey, aguanta.
With no one in the store to control the lights, how could this be happening?
Mira, güey, las luces. Bueno, güey. Güey, no mames, está cabrón.
In another video by Low Paranormal MTY, an employee begins recording when the lights to the cigarette case begin flickering off and on.
¿Vaya haciendo una recarga?
A few seconds later, the overhead lights join in and begin turning themselves off and on.
Las luces. No mames. ¡Ah, no mames!
As he films the lights, the cameras capture a cooler door opening and closing on its own.
No mames. Vean.
Near the end of the video, he also captures a bottle inexplicably rolling across the floor.
¡A la verga! Vean. Una botella.
Some viewers suggest that the videos are a prank perpetrated by hidden accomplices in the back rooms or crouched below the shelves. However, many are convinced that these videos depict real poltergeist activity. So what do you think? Is this convenience store really haunted? Love to hear your opinions in the comments section below.
Vean. Una botella.
One of our viewers, No Kaleidoscope 417, uploaded this pic to our Slaptown subreddit, asking the community whether or not there's something more to this seemingly innocent photo. In the photo, we can see the OP's daughter and niece posing for the camera. In the foreground is their sister-in-law's phone, which is also taking a snap of the girls. At first, the family didn't notice anything, but in the photo on the phone in the foreground, there's 2 extra faces in the image. The first and most prominent face in the photo is that of an older man. The family immediately recognized the face as their grandfather, who had just passed away 2 months prior to this photo being taken. Take a look at this comparison photo. Although the photo on the right is blurry, there is indeed a resemblance to their granddad. The second face is a little less defined, but some of the family believes it also looks like their grandmother. Here's a comparison. Stranger still, the photo on the phone in the foreground that shows the extra faces doesn't seem to exist. The phone you can see didn't save the photo. The OP is also adamant that nothing's been tampered with, and given the fact that it's a photo of a photo, it would be pretty hard to manufacture anyway. So what do you think? Are the grandparents making contact with their family, or is it just a case of a strange blurry photo? The resemblance of the grandfather is certainly there. Sometimes terrifying figures are not seen until much later, including when we re-watch old video clips and suddenly see them there. That was the case with a video uploaded by Omzel on YouTube. What was supposed to be a cute clip of a man holding a baby turned into something much more chilling. We can see a man holding a baby in the video walking slowly along a dark street. In the background is a large bright light. A few moments into the video, something very eerie happens. Watch. What looks to be a strange woman slides by in the background. Here it is zoomed in and slowed down. It almost looks like she's floating along. One viewer speculated that the being could actually be the legendary Kuntilanak, a mythological figure deriving from Indonesian folklore. This figure is also known as a white lady in other Southeast Asian cultures, a ghostly woman dressed in a white gown who has suffered a great tragedy. The white lady is often associated with having vampiric qualities, sucking a victim's blood, or even eating his or her internal organs. If this is the case, the man in this video should definitely hold on tight to his child. Ever since the release of the 1988 horror film Child's Play, the idea of a doll coming to life and attacking you has been cemented in the psyche of both adults and children alike. Their human-like features can be creepy enough, but it's when you think you see one move by itself that it can become downright chilling. This footage, captured by Holly Armstrong 20, appears to confirm the worst nightmares of many. In the clip, the camera holder begins to zoom in on the top shelf in her closet. Little is discernibly visible, apart from the legs of a rag doll protruding from the darkness. It quickly becomes apparent as to why the camera holder is filming, when the doll's feet begin swaying from side to side as if it's tapping its heels together.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my...
While it's possible that the doll's being manipulated by a piece of string, there's certainly something very unsettling about its movements.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my...
Whether or not this video shows something supernatural is unclear. However, one thing is for sure. Even just the idea that a possessed doll could be lurking in your closet is more than enough to cause a few sleepless nights.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my...
According to Instagrammer Terra Prime, there could be some very scary things lurking in the dark. This footage, taken from a CCTV camera, shows a dim room that looks like a large kitchen or cafeteria. At first, everything in the room seems normal. However, that quickly changes when an abrupt flash of light appears near a closed door. The flash of light briefly illuminates what appears to be a human figure. The figure is only visible for a moment before the room is once again plunged into darkness. If you watch closely over the next few seconds, the figure seems to stand and move around behind the counter on the far side of the room. In the darkness, it appears as a white mist moving and writhing above the countertop. After a few seconds, the room is suddenly lit up by light once again, this time by the room's overhead lights. Once the lights are on, we can clearly see that the area near the counter is completely vacant. Whatever the strange white shadow was, it disappeared in the instant that it took for the light to come on. Moments later, a man walks into the room completely oblivious as to what's been happening mere seconds before. It's unclear what exactly caused the strange white shadow depicted in the video, and what was the bizarre flash of light. Whatever the case may be, the suddenness in which it appeared and disappeared seems to indicate that the entity was far from human. Are there alien life forms out there? Have beings from other planets ever come to visit us here on Earth? If you believe this footage from YouTuber MJB Rise, the answer to both of these questions could be a yes. On August 10, 2017, a passenger on a flight from Bangkok to New Delhi recorded this startling footage as the plane passed over the Bay of Bengal. As the passenger glances out the window, they notice some strange objects in the air below the plane. The objects appear to be small white or silver dots hovering in the air. They're in no particular formation, and the objects don't move during the entire time the passenger records them. A commercial jet typically flies between 30 and 42,000 feet above the ground. These mysterious objects must be significantly lower than the plane to appear so small on camera. One theory suggested by viewers of the footage is that the objects were actually weather balloons launched to study atmospheric conditions. However, weather balloons typically fly between 16 and 22 miles above the ground, significantly higher than the objects filmed here. So what else could these mysterious things be? Drones, birds, or could they actually be alien craft? Watch the footage again and let us know what you think. This is an old clip from Christmas Eve 2006 uploaded to YouTube by Kara Densau. It shows several young girls playing around with a Ouija board.
Okay. Ashley, can you move the chair for us?
After asking some questions, something unsettling happens. Watch.
Okay.
Okay, we better hurry. Our pancakes ready.
Will you move it for us now before we go get our pancakes?
Oh my gosh, Kara.
Okay.
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 Is it Kara?
I don't know.
Kara?
Yeah?
Watching that again, after they ask a spirit called Ashley to move the chair, it would appear it obliges. The girls scream and the clip ends abruptly.
Is it Kara?
I don't know.
Kara?
Yeah?
Eerily, this is the only video uploaded to the channel, so there's no way of knowing what happened to the girls after the clip ends. Could something bad have happened to them? It's been 15 years with no update, so it's looking like the mystery will have to remain in place.
Is it Kara?
I don't know.
Kara?
Yeah?
It's not just animals that some believe possess a sixth sense. Children too are thought to be able to interact with the supernatural. In this video, TikTok user Caitlin_JKB shares some rather disturbing footage that she captured on her baby monitor. The clip shows the uploader's daughter, Blake, standing in her crib. She can be heard mumbling some sounds. It all appears innocent enough, until she suddenly seems to utter the words, "No monster." Next, the uploader believes that her daughter introduces herself to her grandma, who's been deceased for some time. Take a listen. "Hi Grandma, I'm Blake. are the words Caitlin, JKB, thinks the young girl can be heard saying as she peers into the darkness late at night. This footage has understandably caused quite a stir since it was posted online. Some have suggested the child's mumblings are indiscernible and seem like the normal behaviour of a bored toddler. Others, however, are not so sure. They believe that the grandmother's spirit might have appeared in an effort to save the little girl from an evil presence that was lurking in the room. While it's not possible to know just who or what the toddler is actually talking to, one thing is for sure. The idea of a child having nighttime chats with a ghost is certainly an unsettling prospect. Viewers beware, these freaky clips uploaded to TikTok by user Harry McClary are enough to keep you up all night. The first clip opens in the middle of the night. The uploader is awoken by his Alexa assistant.
A deliberate attempt to contact the spirit of it.
Alexa seems keen to give the definition of a seance, completely unprompted.
A deliberate attempt to contact the spirit of a deceased person is known as a seance.
Alexa gives a creepy and unnatural laugh once she's done. She then maniacally tells the uploader she has a skill he might like.
I have a skill you might like.
While it's not out of the ordinary for the assistant to suggest a set of actions, it's odd to do so unprompted. Laughing still, the door to the bedroom begins swinging open and closed as the colours change rapidly.
Wanna try it?
The unit continues to terrorise the uploader as the short clip ends. The second clip begins with a knocking sound coming from the basement. A dog can also be heard barking in the background. Clearly scared but needing to know what they're dealing with, the uploader attempts to venture down to the basement. They're heard saying hello to the source of the banging.
Hello?
The banging stops. However, a scraping sound follows nearly immediately after, as though whatever's been making the sound was quickly scrambling up the stairs towards the uploader. If you watch it again, it actually sounds like footsteps running up the stairs towards the camera holder.
Oh my god!
The dog continues to bark as the uploader shouts, "Oh my god," just as the clip ends. This series of clips seems to show something seriously wrong with the uploader's home.
Oh my god!
No list of scary ghost videos would be complete without at least one creepy ghost child. This disturbing footage uploaded to YouTube by YB Normal certainly fits the bill. The footage was shot at Leeds Castle in Kent, UK. The video's introduction states that the castle was the place of death of Princess Caroline, daughter of Henry VIII, who died at the age of 13 months from a head wound. Unfortunately, Henry VIII never had a daughter named Caroline. However, the castle was the residence of his first wife Catherine of Aragon and their daughter Mary. Catherine had many failed pregnancies, often suffering from the miscarriages, stillbirths, or sudden infantile deaths of her children. In addition, Henry was a known philanderer who fathered many illegitimate children. So it could be possible that a child named Caroline lived, however briefly, at Leeds Castle at some point in history. Regardless of the history, the video does seem to show an eerie, ghost-like child haunting the castle grounds. The footage seems to have been shot by a tourist visiting the area.
To see if we can spot any ghosts.
They enter the room said to be Caroline's and leave a camera rolling overnight to see if they capture anything unusual. Eventually, the camera captures movement. A ghost-like shape seems to rise up from the ground. The figure is white, almost indistinguishable from the wall. However, it stands clearly for several seconds, before walking across the room and disappearing. Whether this spirit is the ghost of an unknown princess who died under mysterious circumstances, or merely the long-dead child of another resident, this tiny ghost seems to be trapped in this abandoned room of the castle. So what do you think's going on in this eerie piece of footage? Is it all just an elaborate hoax or something far more sinister? Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Now, if you want to see some more freaky clips, then check out that link on the top there. Otherwise, we have these giant paranormal playlists right there for you to binge on. Now, if you want to get your name scrolling along the top there, consider supporting our Patreon campaign. There's a link in the description box below. And that's it for me. I'll see you all next time.